what better time to go break the law right after you go to church?
That's awesome.
So back in the good old high school years, Fast and Furious 1 and 2 were the movies that were out at the time, and well, being a car enthusiast and a teenager all wrapped in one came with really bad decisions when it came to driving. At that time, my very first car, which I didn't purchase, was given to me by my parents, was a 1995 Subaru station wagon. And boy, I just hated that car. The first I saw it, I was happy to have a car, but this was not the 1960s Mustang that my heart desired at that time. I didn't care for anything that wasn't domestic, and well, my dad gave me that car for a very good reason. All-wheel drive and a super underpowered boxer 4-cylinder engine, which I don't blame him for that because I had very impulsive tendencies, let's say, and I ended up modifying this car in ways that probably shouldn't be done otherwise. The paint that I designed, the paint scheme that I designed, while it turned out great, we did a fantastic job painting that car. But again, my design maybe was not the greatest. When I got to college with that car, I definitely got accused of being a Mexican-style vehicle, which again, I get it. And so I ended up getting a second paint job in a purple and smoke, kind of like haze, like a black. It faded in. I loved it. I loved that paint scheme. And then my brother ruined it with an all electric blue paint job and no window tint. Which, if I ever get that car back, I will repaint it to how it was previously to that. But I learned to love that car. I mean, I tried to break it every day. I beat that car up on purpose because I wanted my Mustang so badly. But one of the many things that I ended up doing was racing that car, and successfully most of the time, but again, super slow. And this was in highly trafficked areas, which I do not recommend. That's just flat out irresponsible, so nobody should be doing that to begin with. And then, that one particular night in question, we were coming out of a church service, a young adults, or no, it was a youth church service. What better time to go break the law right after you go to church? It was not the greatest idea, and I had 6 passengers with me. That is a very Mexican thing to do, and I can say that because I am Mexican. So I don't want to hear it in the comment section. So with that said, actually that night I was trying to be somewhat responsible because I have other people's lives on my hands. You can correct me down there in the comment section. That's what I meant. But that night I was taking it easy, driving. This car, not only the paint job was flashy and very distinguishable at a very long distance. You might as well paint it like a highlighter yellow color. Because you could just spot this thing a mile away. It had so much metal flake in it. Then after that, I had added neon lighting, blue neon lights, and I also installed strobe lights, a ungodly loud sound system. But that's no here nor there. I had 6 people with me, 1 in front, 3 in the back, and 2 in the trunk. With my bass speakers, which took most of the trunk of that station wagon. And my cousin had I don't even know what year it was, but it was a beautiful Seat Cordova. It was bright yellow. And he took really good care of that car. Beautiful car. Probably it could beat my car any time of the day, but I was a little bit more of an idiot than he was. So weaving in and out of traffic into really tight spaces at high speeds was my expertise at the time. And so we're we're leaving church, we're taking it easy. My cousin keeps revving his engine, egging me on, and the teenage idiot that I was, I went ahead and took the bait and we started racing. And so in and out of traffic, just speeding. And there's a section of that road, they had just built a police station. Now in Mexico, squad cars weren't very common as much as squad trucks. A lot of Dodge and Chevy pickups with their light bar up top. So I had seen this place being built and I had seen it finished, but at that moment at night, it didn't dawn on me that we're about to fly by this police station. My cousin did. He backed off, and I was like, "That's right. I'm the man. I'm the boss. I'm a better driver. He can't hang with me." And so we go over this bridge, and then down the bridge, and I'm about to take the next bridge. And in my rearview mirror, I can see the top of that bridge I just went over. I see these lights crossing that bridge. And my cousin looks at me. He's like, "Dude, he's coming right for you." And so I freaked out. And I downshifted and just floored it. Everybody in the car is freaking out. Like, already have too many people in my car without seatbelts. And not only that, excessive speeding and reckless driving. Never have gotten a ticket in my life at that point, and I knew my parents would be livid. My parents already kind of knew how I drove because I was going through all 4 brakes, and every couple months, I think it was like every 3 months. The second time that happened, my dad just told me, "I don't need to be in the car with you to know how you drive." So they kind of had an idea, but they would take the car away from me for sure if I got busted. But I started freaking out. My cousin was calm and collected. "Hey man, like, you need to like slow down. There's this road, and it's kind of like an access road. I really don't know how to describe it. Roads in Mexico are not a lot like the U.S. roads, but you have the main road, and then there's like let's think of it of an access road. There's not a lot of space between these 2 roads, but it's like kind of like a step down, and then there's just houses, these small houses. So I take this exit, and I park the car. I turn off the neon lights, turn off the strobe lights, turn off the sound system, and I turn off the car. Everybody was so quiet, you could hear your own heartbeat. Audibly. Everybody was freaking out. And that squad truck just like blew past us, and then like not even an eighth of a mile, we see him stop. And I'm like, he saw us, we're done. He puts it in reverse, he starts coming our way, which I don't even know why he would do that because there's traffic. There was traffic going his direction, so I don't know what he was thinking. But he started backing out, and there was a road further up to the right, and I turned the car on, and we took off and got lost in the neighborhood, and then, left. But that was quite a moment. I would definitely not want to do that again. Don't recommend it. If you were doing it in the United States, if I did that in the United States, there's no way I probably would have gotten away with that. With that slow of a car. It's just things are somewhat janky and the Mexican streets. But I wouldn't recommend it even in Mexico because I don't even know what would happen after that. So never made it that far. So yeah, that's what not to do when you're a teenager. That's for sure.